Hey there, everybody. This is Carrie Hamblen, the CEO and President of the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce, coming to you again with another one of our member Zoom chats. This is something that you, as a member of the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce, get as part of your benefits, and we love doing it because we love finding out what you're doing in the community. And today, I've got our Zoom chat with Stephanie Hawkins, who is owner and founder of Mesilla Valley Wine and Brew Tours. Hello, Stephanie. Looks like you're having a
Hi.
great day out in the vineyards with your background. Looks like you're just sitting out in the
Yes, I'm just
back.
constantly here.
Yes, yes. Now, Stephanie,
My happy place.
you and I've known each other through other venues, and then
Yeah.
a while ago you started Sea Valley Wine and Brew Tours, and you were sharing with me about this new opportunity that you were doing. So tell me how like the idea came about, because I've seen some of
Yeah.
your tours out and about when I've been out, and folks are really happy and they're safe.
Yes. Yeah. So I've been lucky enough to have traveled a fair amount and have taken, bus tours and walking tours, and you really get a glimpse of a place when you're there for just a little bit of time. And a lot of my previous work experience has been in kind of informal education and event planning. And I'm also a closeted sorority girl who really just wants to spend every day in the sun, like listening to live music with my
Mhm.
friends and having a cold drink, which,
Mhm.
with a backdrop like this, how are you going to argue with that?
Exactly.
Uh, but honestly, my boyfriend and I, we went to Austin for Christmas 2 years ago, and we took a day for ourselves to go to Fredericksburg, which is kind of like the Napa of Texas.
Mhm.
And while we didn't go on a wine tour, we did visit a couple of different wineries. And everywhere that we went, there were these tour vans in the parking lots and just like full of people like, going to multiple wineries, not having to drive their own cars around. And I was kind of jealous because we had to be really careful about how much we were drinking and how far we had to go. And I thought, we have over 50 wineries in New Mexico, and there's about a dozen of them within an hour of Las Cruces. Why don't we have these tours? And so I came back from Christmas, put together a plan, talked to a couple of small business association incubators in the area, and just kind of got it started. And I ran the first tour last August. So I'm coming up on the end of the first year of service.
Wow, that's fantastic. I mean, and oh my gosh, it's like it makes so much sense because, we don't want people to get hurt first and foremost. We do want them to be able to enjoy beverages that might be alcoholic responsibly. But you're taking out any of the worry whatsoever by driving people around. And
Well, it's
so
hard if you got, you know, 10 girlfriends or you're having a family birthday party and now you need five or six different people to drive. And we just we can fit everybody in our vehicle or in my vehicle and get you there and back safely.
yeah, so you've got a bus that can fit like what, 14, right?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We max out at 14 right now. And my smallest groups are two. So as long as there's two of you, we can make it work, up to 14 people.
And so, what have been some of the excursions? And I like to say excursions because I know that it's
Yeah.
like you're not just staying in city proper. You're going south,
Yeah.
you're going west, you're going east. So tell me about some of your trips.
Yeah, so my most popular tours are the weekend wine shuttles, which really allow you to kind of have the most flexibility. You can pick three wineries along Highway 28 between El Paso and Las Cruces, and you pay as you go. So you're not locked into a certain number of wine tastings or anything like that. You can take a break when you need to take a break, share a bottle when you want to share a bottle, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And I'm really lucky to get to work with the folks at Les Combs and Luna Rosa, NM Vintage, Heart of the Desert, Rio Grande, Sombra Antigua, got to go all the way down the road, La
Right.
Viña, Mesa Vista, and Zinvalle. And like these, we call them public tours. They're super fun because you have a few small groups of people who don't necessarily know each other. Like maybe it's a bunch of couples. And by the end of the day, they're all hanging out and sharing stories and like trading wine tastings and stuff like that. But we also have private tours, which, like I mentioned, are available for groups of 2 to 14. And these are great for like birthday parties, which are so much fun to be a part of. And but my favorite thing so far is that I've been part of a couple of big relationship landmark events. And
Ooh.
I've had two new relationships start on these like grand gesture dates, which is
Uh-huh.
so special. Um, that like people are wanting to, take their lady or their guy out to these beautiful vineyards and wineries and like make that where they start their relationship and that I get to be a part
Hmm.
of that is so cute.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it's
unexpected.
really great. And then like we do everything from like bachelorette parties all the way to divorce parties. So yes, divorce parties are a thing
I
and
did
they're
not know
really
that.
fun.
Really?
So if you're looking to blow off some steam and, and vent a little bit, we're happy to help you with that.
And
Um,
so you have to let those, I mean, obviously when you have big groups, you have to let those wineries know. And
yeah.
so you've really worked on developing and fostering relationships with all of these local wineries because, you're bringing people there and they want to provide really good customer service so that
Mhm.
you bring folks back.
Yeah, and we've had it's been really great to get to know the staff and the owners and the managers and the bartenders at all of these places. Um, and then also have people come back and say, "Hey, I'm getting married in a month. We really liked the wine at this winery that we went to on your tour. Can you go with us to help us pick out a case of wine for our wedding?" And so people are like learning about the wineries, which I think maybe they're a little underexposed for the amount of history that we have in winemaking in this area.
We had the first grapes in the country.
We do, yeah. And but we're also kind of like the youngest area for winemaking as far as current production goes. Um, so people that live here, there's a lot for them to learn as well and experience and find these little places that are kind of back off the road out in the country.
Mm.
And yeah, so I think I've kind of lost track of where I was going with
No,
that.
that's all right. So, but the thing is that it's you've got these great relationships, and I'm wondering
Yeah.
because I've connected you with some other folks. Is there like a dream trip that you want to do? Like what's like like you're getting to do all these
So
exciting
I'm
things.
actually working on, yeah, there is a dream trip. Of course, there's a dream trip. I'm actually, most of my tours right now are half day. So we start around lunchtime and finish just before dinner so you can get to your dinner reservation. And that's basically because of the hours of the wineries. They open at noon and a lot of them close at 5 or between 5 and 8. But I'm working on a few full day excursions that I'm really, really excited about. One is on El Paso's Mission Trail. So we go out to look at the missions. There's some really incredible wineries or wine tasting room, a couple of really great breweries, and just phenomenal restaurants out there. So it's kind of a
Mhm.
food and beverage tour, and that's a whole day, lunch and dinner kind of situation.
Yeah.
Um, I'm also working on building relationships with the wineries in the Tularosa Basin,
Right.
which is where the Mission grape is grown, which is the first grape that was planted here in New Mexico back in 1629. And also working on a summer retreat day trip to Ruidoso to go to
Nice.
Noisy Water and do some shopping up there and just get out of the heat.
Oh, that's going to be great.
Yeah,
Awesome. Well, we've
really
got
looking forward to that one.
Well, we do have the Southern New Mexico Wine Festival this weekend. That is a tradition in this area. And before we were recording, we started talking about how bless their hearts for those who can go and sit out in the sun and listen to music and stand in line. I'm
Yeah.
not that age anymore, but I certainly enjoyed it when I was younger. And so we think about this, and you and I, before we started recording, talked about the good old days. Um, but how it's really important that if you're going to go out there and you're going to consume beverages and you might consume too much, that it's really a good idea to have somebody take you home. And that's where you can come in, right? You can take
Yes,
people there and take them home.
definitely. And one of the main, functions of the wine tours is knowing that you can go out and enjoy yourself and you can try different wines, you can relax and enjoy the time with your family and friends, and you don't have to worry about getting home. I'll
Right.
make sure you get home. Um, and so during the wine festival, the wineries themselves are pretty quiet. So I do have a couple of regular tours scheduled on Friday and Saturday. If you're looking to not go to the wine festival, but you still want to spend the day, sipping some varietals, you can give me a call and we'll get you situated on one of those rides. But on Sunday and Monday, I'm also available if you do have a group of friends or family and you want to go out to the wine festival. We can arrange a pickup and drop off and get you out there on a wine festival tour. um, yeah, so that you don't have to worry about, if you do make it through all 40 wines that they have out there and
Yeah, 40
try wines
wines
from
from,
the dozens of different wineries that are featured, that you aren't then, driving that 17 miles back into town
yeah.
without a designated driver. And we really just want everybody to be safe and get home safely while still having a good time. Plus, we have karaoke in the van. So if you are a karaoke person and you want to just sing at the top of your lungs all the way back into town, we've got you.
How did I not know you had karaoke in the van?
It's the best investment I've made so far.
Oh my God.
It's
That's,
brand new. We just got it.
oh,
So yeah.
oh my gosh, I gotta tell my friends, because they're gonna love that. Um, well, I think it's fantastic because the thing is that I mean, in addition to being able to highlight, and especially your education background, being able to highlight just the rich history of wineries and the community, but then also cultivating these relationships with the winery owners and with customers, and wanting to make sure they have a really good experience. I think you've got a secret sauce over there with Mesilla Valley Wine and Brew Tours. So I'm very excited for you. And I think
Thank you.
there are some other things that you and I talk about that we're like, ooh, what else can she do, right?
I know I'm
Um,
already like, what's my next project going to be? But this
exactly.
one still has a lot of room to grow. In addition to wineries, we visit the local breweries and distilleries. And I go back and forth between Las Cruces and El Paso. So there's also all of the breweries to explore in El Paso if you're in Las Cruces. And if you're in El Paso, you can visit the Las Cruces breweries and you don't have to do that 45-minute drive home at the end. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah, and then we're looking at maybe dispensaries and cannabis tours coming up in the fall.
Hmm.
So there's a
Hmm.
lot of opportunity and networking to do still on some of those things, but
Yeah.
they're in the works.
Well, I'm super stoked for you. So if you'd like to know more about Mesilla Valley Wine and Brew Tours, you can see their contact information either above or below, all depending on what platform you're on. If you do go to the wine festival this weekend, please be safe and drink responsibly. And if you need a driver, you can always contact Stephanie there with Mesilla Valley Wine and Brew Tours and make sure that you get home safely. I'm wondering if you have like a little care package of like Alka-Seltzer and aspirin and maybe a little granola bar or
We do have
something.
some add-ons
Uh,
that we can talk about later. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Well, Stephanie, it's lovely, lovely talking with you again, and best of luck this weekend. And I know that we'll be seeing more of you. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.